Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode. Sorry it's been a while. We've been busy. We've been real busy back here. I was just scouting out for some firewood for camp. It's getting kind of scarce around here at the gas stations and stuff. I just been cheating and just buying a $5 bag. They give you like 11 big pieces of oak. But it got cold here the other day, so I guess everyone snatched them up because I can't find a piece of firewood within 6 miles. So we may have to bring the chainsaw out. We may have to break the axes out or whatnot. But we're back here in the break. This is, as you can see, it goes. One day we'll ride the four-wheeler through here, but it goes way down there, and you may have seen before in one of my episodes a pond at the front of the neighborhood. That's exactly what that is. There's a natural spring too that feeds that pond, and it's like it starts. You think it's a creek, but it's not a creek. It's a pretty good vein of just water coming right out of the ground, right around that area. And one day we'll go visit that too. But water coming out of the ground there is like excellent quality. But here it is. I know a lot of guys have been wanting me to do a commentary video about it when my friends aren't here, and so here's a chance we're gonna do it. This is a Paiute Wikiup, and this is like a pine barren design because that's what we're in. The break is just a big planted pine barren. I don't even know if this is planted or not. It used to be part of a farm belonging to a farmer by the name of McDaniel here in Duluth a long time ago. And as you can see, this part right here, it's all level, except for there's a rise right there. In another video, I take the four-wheeler and I go all the way around there. And the other Sauron's crown, the almost identical elm tree, is back right there. You can actually see it sticking up through the woods, kind of ominously like the Towers of Mordor. But here it is. And the idea, let me just back up a little bit and get you a good long look at it. But it's near finished. I mean, it's got a little work left to be done to it, a couple of bare spots, but there's a couple reasons for that. One, my original placement of the camp fireplace right here, because I wanted all this area around here, and yes, clean up after yourselves every once in a while, people. If you pack it in, pack it out, man. So that's exactly what I'm doing back here. I'm getting my chair out and getting any kind of garbage that was left behind. It's crazy. The stuff you find, and we were raking up leaves and stuff like that. I mean, like this thing right here. This has been here for God knows how long. It has moss growing on it, but it appears to be a piece of vinyl or plastic of some sort. It's literally has moss growing on it. It's been here so long. I'm pretty sure this used to be a farmhouse because two reasons I'll show you right here. This is a metal flange or something off of a gate, and the wood was so rotten on it when I went to pick it up, it just came off in my hand. But we kept that around, just in case we need, metal or a flange or want to do something with it. Blacksmithing and yada yada out here, bushcraft. But this is where a fence used to be. You can see that is like a swinging gate, and the debris kind of goes off in that direction. You can see where some of the lines of the trees are like not quite right, and that's because there used to be a fence there. And as I was saying, I don't even know if this is like planted pines or if this is just a natural pine break. I have no freaking clue. But it comes, if you keep walking, see if we can sneak up on a deer. Snuck up on a deer last night, and it was really funny. He was beautiful too. He's 8-pointer. See, yeah, there he is. Look, check him out. Well, it's rut season 2, and I don't have but a knife on me. That's not good. Yeah, I snuck up on their asses last night, and I scared the piss out of them. They was, ooh, look, is that a doe? Oop, now I'm making a big old noise. Yeah. It's a big old, like, 260-pound doe back there. And there's one right beside her. checking me out. He's like, whoa, whoa. I'm so still and quiet she can't see me. There's the other one. Pair of does. There is a massive, up near the camp, there is just a massive scrape, and I've been seeing in my yard last night, or no, the night before last, I saw a beautiful, beautiful 8-pointer, and I was just cussing because I was like, oh, if it was just just after the season you start seeing them, you know. Well, anyway. So, Paiute Wikiup. The deal with this thing was it wasn't originally intended for the camp. It just kind of came up, and we had a lot of debris around to make it with. Funny enough, all it's made out of really is pine and pine straw, which in turn, you know, when mixed with a big nice campfire and a sudden wind, equals Darth Vader's funeral pyre. And here's how it was built. It actually has 3 living trees, 3 or 4 living trees actually are incorporated into the structure. That right there still needs a little bit of work. We'll work on that. We can get that handled real easily with a little pine straw and whatnot. Some of it fell down during the winds last night. It has like strut and slat design all the way around. So this is pretty sturdy. I mean, it's like, as you can see, I mean, this is like I could kick it and it wouldn't fall down right now. And that's just because it's all held under its own tension against 3 main strut living trees. It's very sturdy. I'll say that. Doesn't require a lot of maintenance. I just came out here and maintained it a little bit because we were working on it last night, and some of it wasn't done right. And that's the way it goes. These things are always like a work in progress. You just continually keeping them up and upkeep, and that's just the nature of a Wikiup, you know. But it's real super warm inside. I mean, real super comfortable. And it's not actually intended to be used in this camp. The camp's cooking pit, like we've been using, because like I said, you know, one sudden wind and it goes this way. Next thing you're Darth Vader at the end of Return of the Jedi. It's not a pretty sight watching an entire pine break go up. So that's what we have done here. We've raked away a lot of the, created, you know, a fire stop, so that if this thing ever does go up, that it's, you know, hopefully it will go up quick enough and be, you know, thwarted by just the bare ground between it and the rest of the pine break, because that would be a very bad thing if this thing were to just right here bushcraft and then all of a sudden it's Darth Vader's funeral pyre. But we've got room, I'd say, for 2 or 3 or 4 people, 2 or 3, 4. And like I said the other night, there was 40-mile-an-hour winds and rain, and it snowed, and this thing, I mean, the wooden side was still dry. Most of the inside was still dry. What the idea is now is, if we're not using it like this, like say in the summertime, or like right now, you know, I'm barely out here in a little pullover jacket, so it's really not unpleasant, even though this is a microclimate, and it usually is about 5-10 degrees colder than it will be anywhere else, just because of the crosswind and the creeks and stuff that run near here. But for the most part, this thing is ready to go. It's just that if we were going to use it like the other night when it was so freezing, we had to have that big fire going and all that big fire wouldn't be going. It's designed, I kept in mind the size of it. I still wanted to be able to pull the 4-wheeler in here and, you know, set up a 3 or 4-man tent and do it comfortably and still have room to move around. So that's what we've done with this. But if we're not using it in this form, we're not using that fire pit at all, and there's going to be a bivvy, like a tarp or a big blanket that's going to be, you know, stretched down to the ground, and this is going to be how you get in. And naturally, if we had 2 people in here, we wouldn't have the chair in here. But here, let me show you the firewood situation around here. Like I'm saying, you know, I'm running low on firewood, so just wanting to make sure that I have enough to keep me warm if we want to stay out here one night. And so what we're going to do is resort to the BioLite stove, and then, you know, we multiply our firewood exponentially. So with a hatchet and just breaking it up right there on those rocks, we could probably make a bag of hickory or mesquite or something hot burning like that. We could probably make that last all night, and it would heat that shelter just fine. It'd, you know, be 70 degrees in there all night, even if it was 25 outside. It does block the wind and rain really good. I gotta hand it to the Paiute. They knew what they were doing. Because once you get in here and sit, see, and here, let me show you the other side. That is an actual living tree that just we haven't had the guts to take it out, but it is a stressed member. It's a strut of that wall. So there is living material incorporated in this. That's the main tree. And, you know, this doesn't hurt the tree or anything like that. You know, it lets it keep going, so we didn't have to, you know, buck it and saw it down and do all this. And it's a lot stronger. You know, it's like we've got a concrete footer and everything in there. All in all, I'd say Brian did a great job on this, man. I mean, this was his first shelter he ever built, and I mean, it really is cozy. It's cozy as hell. Right now, there's a slight breeze on me, but you come sit down in this. Up against the back walls here, you've got 3 back braces. Like I would say, there would be like a BioLite stove right here, and like a, you know, I'd have my firewood sitting right there, and there would be a bivvy running from this to that, or a blanket or something, you know, blocking out most of the air. And this thing is designed so that air is going to get sucked in. And there's, you know, like you never want to sleep with like wood. You know, they tell you not to do that, to sleep in like a cave next to a fire. Unfortunately, that's the nature of the beast when you're in the woods. But if you're going to do that, you do need to have some way to get away from the carbon monoxide or to divert it upward like that. There's going to be a little hole up there. We might shore that up a little bit for rain protection, but pretty much I don't see a lot of rain becoming a whole hell of an issue. And if it is, we'll just throw a bivvy up there or something like that, or